All right, guys, Rooster here in Tennessee, roostercb.com, and going to talk a little bit today about the recent news revolving around MFJ, and I've got one of their products sitting here in front of us that I use from time to time, the MFJ giant watt meter. But obviously, probably not new news to anybody at this point. I think it came out a couple of weeks ago. Just been so busy, I haven't really had time to speak on it, and I was thinking about it a little bit and figured I'd cut a little video, just chat about it here some. Maybe you guys can drop your thoughts in the comment section regarding it. But MFJ, um, long-standing company, ham radio, also CB radio. A lot of their stuff is used on CB, whether some folks like it or not. They had a lot of stuff that was really handy for CB, including their watt meters. This one along with some of the other ones they had, pretty cool stuff. Yes, some of their products probably not the highest quality, but what they offered was affordable and obtainable, which a lot of times is what's difficult in the radio business, is something that's both affordable and obtainable in a reasonable amount of time. Also, MFJ is basically the parent company to several, I guess you'd say, sub companies, High Gain, Cushcraft, and Ameritron probably being one of the bigger ones. The reason I say Ameritron being the big one is because there are thousands of Ameritron amps out there, and what they offered was a quick way and a very, highly accessible avenue to buy an amplifier. Now, that being said, let's be realistic here in the CB realm. A lot of people like to get amps bigger than what MFJ offered. But they did offer, quite a selection. From their smallest, I think, being the AL811 maybe, and then their largest being the very well-known AL1500 that has a single 1500 in it. And I believe they offered a DX 1500 that had two 1500s in it at one time. But personal favorites, mine from MFJ, the AL80, A, B, and the AL82 probably. AL1200, if the tubes weren't so expensive, is another good one. But that's just my take on that. Lots of good products offered from MFJ. Their antenna analyzers, until Rig Expert came along, were the most popular antenna analyzer out there. The 259B, 259C, and so forth were very, very popular. My first antenna analyzer was a MFJ. So just a real blow to the hobby, obviously, with ham radio, CB radio too. It's very unfortunate. We can only hope that some company will come through and buy them out and pick up the production lines and things of that nature. But, I would say there's several different factors that led to this. I believe MFJ was started around 1972. Martin F. Jew is the man who started it, and by all accounts, I don't know him, but seems like everyone that knows him has a high opinion of him being a good fella. And he's old. I mean, I think the man is like 80 years old. So that's probably, part of why he's getting out of it right now. I have heard rumors. Some of the other reasons why he was getting out of it is the quality of employee that he could hire, the help. Just couldn't get any help. Quality help. I had heard that he was even hiring college kids to come work down there that were specializing in electronics. So in hand with that, you can't get great help. The quality of product also went down a little bit. I think especially with their amps over the last few years, and this isn't a knock at all. It's just realistic. The quality control of some of their amplifiers probably went down. You can see a lot of people were having issues that they didn't used to have with older Ameritron amps. And that's a widespread problem, especially in the radio business, guys. I'll tell you, I mean, even for someone like me that's like a small operation, Um, I have the ability to be a lot bigger if I could find decent help. So I can really sympathize with him on that, because I could literally probably pay someone, guys, to come in here and ship packages every day, someone to just do antennas, build beams, mobile antennas, whatever, um, someone to do repairs, and someone to do radio mods. But the fact of the matter is, you just can't find anybody any good that you can trust or that has the work ethic, um, to do that sort of thing. It doesn't matter if you're paying them, whatever you're wanting to pay them. It's just good help is hard to find. So I had heard that was some of the rumor of what was kind of pushing him out, is couldn't get any help. Also, I call into question, how popular is ham radio now? I can tell you that CB is very popular. I don't know how popular ham is, but it seems like a lot of people are gravitating more to CB radio, um, more so than they are ham. I know CB tends to, I believe, has a little bit of a younger crowd. There are a lot of older folks on CB radio. Don't get me wrong, but when you're comparing the two, ham versus CB, I go to a lot of ham fest, and the majority of the folks there, I would say, are probably at the youngest, probably in their like mid 40s, and at their oldest, obviously, 70s, 80s, and, upwards. But with the majority of the people that I see involved in ham radio, somewhere from their mid 50s to their 60s for the most part. I think that makes up like the largest majority. And I haven't Googled the stats on that or anything. And CB may be similar, but I can tell you, like, if you go to some of these CB breaks, you'll meet a lot of people some that are in their 20s, lots of people in their, 30s to early 40s. And of course, there are a lot of people, 50, 60, and upwards, but, that's just the nature of the hobby. A lot of times radio is kind of a hobby people get into when they've settled down, and they're not into partying and buying race cars and all that stuff anymore. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe the popularity of ham radio combined with not being able to get the proper help, combined with his age, is just the perfect storm. And he said, hey, you know what? Time to get out of it. So like I said, I won't keep going. This doesn't need to turn into like a 20-minute video. I just want to kind of talk about it a little bit. And it is unfortunate. You hate to see one of these staple companies, especially MFJ, because they're not just one company. They have the other companies that fall under them. You hate to see them get out of it, because yes, when you think of MFJ, you think, well, it's primarily a ham radio company, but there's a lot of stuff that they provide, have provided in the past, that's helpful to CBers, and it's not just watt meters. They provided a good point to buy, parts that were not easy to come by other places, whether that be, small tuners for amplifiers, some of their transformers they would sell, for guys that build amps, stuff of that nature was, relays. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, you can get this stuff at other places, but MFJ was kind of a one-stop shop for a lot of things. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Part of it, companies come and go. Like I said, hopefully somebody will go buy them out and continue the name, if that's even an option. I don't even know if he's trying to sell it or if he's just going to walk away from it and let it die. That would kind of be a shame if that's what happens, but you never know. I'm sure the gentleman isn't needing the money. He's ran a successful business for, I guess 50 years now. So, who knows what's going to happen. But that's it, guys. That's my thoughts on it. Wrap the video up. Just figured I'd share it. Something to talk about here. Something a little bit different. Break away from the test videos and stuff like that, and do a little discussion here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And really, I mean, they're ceasing production, but they did say they're going to sell off all their inventory and keep doing warranty stuff. So if there's something from MFJ that you want, I would encourage you to go over there and buy it, because 10 years from now, something like this is going to be like unobtainable. Or if you have some in the box, they might be worth some money. I don't know how much more money they'll be worth. Maybe they're worth $50 more. So probably not like a good investment to buy all their watt meters and think you're going to get rich off of them. But by all means, if you're needing something from them right now, would probably be a good time to buy it, because you may not be able to get it as easily in the future. All right, everybody, have a good one. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. See you, bye.